This
pairing.
conference
I'm
will
going to
now be
start with
recorded.
VNet pairing, and once we complete the part of pairing, we'll talk about load balancers services. So now let me help you to understand about the actual why we need to set up VNet pairing. It is really important for us. We should know about the proceed. We should know about the usage of VNet pairing. Meanwhile, please go through if you completed your task, because I have already shared the list of 12 questions, right? 12 hands-on. It's a totally related to the practical. Already shared 12 different lab uh, that we have already completed. So please confirm, did you try to set up your lab? Did you completed the task? Or if you face any issues related to the points that I shared, so please let me know. Now I'm just going to give you 5 minutes, starting 5 minutes for you. So you can ask me if you face any issues related to the implementation process. Everyone, please respond. If you feel like if you face any issues related to the services that I shared, so please let me know. If everything is okay, we can proceed with practical, no issue. So you can also drop a message if you don't want to unmute yourself, so you can drop a message. Azure VNet
Uh,
pairing.
I haven't finished everything. I'm currently traveling, so maybe subsequent weeks I'll ask questions if I have any.
Great. Thank you for response. Great. So I'm going to start our practical. We just try to understand about the use of VNet pairing, why it is important to implement for any organization, and after that we'll talk about the procedure. VNet pairing, as per the name suggests, for example, we established two different VNet, like we established one VNet with name of maybe class VNet, right? One VNet we established with name of class VNet. Another VNet we established with name of maybe cloud VNet. So you can select any name, it's up to you. We established two different types of VNet over Azure portal. Class VNet contain 192.168.1.0/25, and about cloud VNet contain 10.0.0.0/25, right? So we establish one virtual machine in class VNet, another virtual machine we need to set up in cloud VNet. As we decided the CIDR value, as per the CIDR, class VNet will contain the IP address of 192.168.1.4, and cloud VNet will contain the IP address of 10.0.0.4. My question is, as per the IP address that we are able to assign to our virtual machines, just wanted to know, are we able to make a communication between each other? Are we able to ping to each other? Is it possible? One machine contain the IP address of 192.168.1.4, means class B IP address. Another machine contain the IP address of class A 10.0.0.4. So just wanted to know, are we able to make a communication between each other? Is it possible to make a connectivity between two different computers? Those computers contain, it may be physical or virtual machine. Those computers contain different class-based IP address. Do we have any option to make a communication between each other? Is it possible?
I suppose so.
Any service we need to activate, or any device we need to access to get a communication? Because by default we are unable to make a connectivity, right?
Right.
By default we don't have option to communicate, but yes, whenever we set up we need pairing or purchase a router and attach the router between both computers, definitely we are able to ping each other. So that's why, for example, we established two different VNet, and both VNet contain a different class-based IP address, and we established virtual machine, one virtual machine in class VNet, another virtual machine in cloud VNet, and in this case, we are unable to make a communication between each other. If you want to connect each and every computer, so what you need to do, you need to use the service of pairing. As per the name suggests, with the help of pairing option, with the help of pairing service, we are able to make a connectivity. This is our agenda. This is our agenda, and we will establish or configure each and every point. Just wanted to add few more points here. VNet pairing can support the one other important point. You can just type note you should know about as a Azure administrator. It's our responsibility to know about the features of VNet pairing, right? You should know about the features of VNet pairing. Now, n number of features contained by the VNet pairing. The features are VNet pairing can help us to make a connection. VNet pairing able to make a connectivity between two different VNet, provide option to connect two different, right? Two different VNet. VNet pairing also able to connect two different location based VNet. For example, one VNet you establish in central India and another VNet you establish in location of central US, and you wanted to make a communication between each other. We can do that. We are able to connect, provide the connection, connect two different account based connection. Means one VNet I establish using my portal, another VNet you establish using your portal, and we wanted to make a communication between each other. Yes, we are able to do that. These all are the features that contained by the Azure VNet service. Everyone, I hope you understand about the features of VNet pairing, because it's mandatory for us. We should know about the usage of VNet pairing. We should know about the core feature or core value of our VNet environment, VNet pairing especially.
Okay, I have a question for clarity here, right? So you do have
Please.
two systems, two IPs, be it both virtual, right? So the concept of VNet, it's like the network within the cloud, Azure cloud. And the concept of the pairing is how you connect both um, IPs on different networks within the cloud to communicate securely.
Okay. Okay.
Is that correct?
You wanted to, yeah, you wanted to know about the terms that Azure used in case of VNet pairing, right?
Right. Yeah, the concept of the pairing.
Okay. Okay. So in case of on-premises, let me help you to understand about, for example, this is our on-premises office. I'm talking about the physical office premises. And
Right.
in physical office premises, we established two different physical machines. Machine
Hmm.
1 and Machine 2, both machines contain different class-based IP address.
Right.
192.168.1.4 Second machine contain 10.0.0.4.
Right.
Definitely 100% we are unable to make communication, right? This is the environment that we establish on on-premises, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 minute, please. Just allow me 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Yes. So, for example, we established two different machine on premises. One machine contain 192.168.1.4. Another computer contain 10.0.0.4. 100% we are unable to make a communication to each other. So, on premises, we don't have any kind of pairing option. So, what you need to do, you know very well about, I'm talking about the Cisco router, right? If you have a Cisco router, physical device, then we are able to make a communication between two different class based virtual machine or physical machine. Those machines contain a different class based IP address. One contain the IP address of class C, another is contain the IP address of class A. We are able to make a communication between each other, but you must need to involve with the router. Like as a router, we have a one more service, relay agent, right? Just wanted to clear about the doubts related to the relay agent. So relay agent is a type of feature that contained by the server operating system. Relay agent, second Cisco router, right? Number third, NAT, network address translator. These three different services and hardware can help us to make a communication between two different class-based IP addresses. But unfortunately, over a Azure portal, you know that we don't have any Cisco router. We are unable to involve the Cisco router. So that time, pairing option come into the picture. So you can say that the pairing of Azure, the Azure pairing option work just like as a Cisco router. It works just like as a relay agent. So if we talk about the technically the feature that contained by the pairing, technically the pairing option responsible to contain the features of Cisco routers are related. That's why we are able to make a communication between two different network or two different class based IP address. Is that clear?
Yeah, very clear. I got it. Thank you.
Great, you're welcome. Now I'm going to show you the practical because this is the theoretical part. And everyone, make sure I know that about the practical, you know that thousands of videos are available on YouTube. We are not going to just implement the practical. You must need to clear your doubt. You must need to make your base strong. If you have an idea, definitely, confidently, you can describe in front of anyone, in front of HR, in front of interviewer, or in case of any kind of conference, you are able to describe about the services if your concept is okay. I
I have a
hope
quick,
you guys understand about the pairing, right? The concept of pairing. I'm going to show you the step how we can implement because it's really important for us. You must need to know about the procedure to implement.
a quick question.
Please.
Yeah, with the VNet pairing, and do you have the option to connect more than two?
One, two, three, four, five. Understood. Means you wanted to communicate between three different VNet, four different VNet, or five different VNet. Is that correct?
That's correct.
If you want to connect more than one VNet to each other, then transient gateway come into the picture. Yes, we can do that. but you should involve with the service of transit gateway. The responsibility of transit gateway can help us to provide the communication between more than two different virtual networks. Yes, we can do that. It's clear. So let me show you the procedure how we can implement the VNet. So I'm going to start from the very basic because it's our responsibility. We should know about the proper procedure to implement the VNet. I'm going to create new VNet, two different VNet, two different virtual machine, and then try to communicate. We haven't created any VNet yet, so that's why I'm just going to create new virtual network. In case of virtual network, I wanted to put it into the weekend Azure class. This is the VNet. I'm going to proceed with name of class VNet, and the class VNet I wanted to set up in West US 3. Next, next, I wanted to change the IP address because I'm going to proceed with our own IP address, not 10.0. Something. I'm going to establish my own IP address. Remove the existing address space and then click add address space 192.168.1.0 slash 25 128 IP address. You are able to get a 128 IP address. Then
So,
click add
quick question.
subnet, please.
So, which IP did you remove? The IP that was already there. Is it something that's already in Azure or
Yeah,
um
yeah. What happened? Azure provided a default range of IP address, default VNet provided by Azure. The range of default IP address started from 10.0.0.0 slash 16. If you calculate the value of slash 16, you are able to find
right?
65,536 IP address, right? Which is a huge amount of IP address, which is huge amount of IP
Okay.
address. Got it
So
what I'm saying?
in the concept of adding the subnet, you remove the
Sorry, can you please repeat again?
oh, hello?
I can hear you, please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear
I
you,
said,
please.
yeah. No, I was,
Hello.
yeah. No, I was saying in adding the subnet to pair with the other IP, you will have to remove the previous IP, whichever
Yeah, yeah,
IP is on.
yeah. Because I don't want to continue with 65,000 IP address. I wanted
Got
to
it.
use only 100 or 200 IP address or maximum 512 IP address because 65,000 IP address is a huge amount. I don't want to pay,
I got it. Got it. Okay.
right? So I'm just going to proceed with limit. According to the
Okay.
subnet that you are purchasing, you have to pay the amount,
Okay.
right? So that's why
Yeah.
I'm going to proceed with just slash 25. Click add. One subnet is almost ready to use. One VNet is almost ready to use. And click create. So now proceeded to create a class VNet. And second important point, we should create a cloud VNet, training VNet, any VNet you can just create. So one VNet is in progress. Meanwhile, I'm going to create another VNet. Let me click on virtual network. One VNet is in progress. Second VNet I'm going to create with name of cloud VNet. I'm going to proceed with name of cloud VNet and same location. I wanted to set up it in same location. don't I don't want to proceed with 10.0.0 because it contains a huge amount of space. This time I wanted to set up our environment with 172.16.1.0/25. So 172 class B IP address. So I'm going to proceed with same /25. Add subnet. Type the name of your subnet. So I wanted to proceed with the name of VM subnet, right? No need to do anything. Provide the access. 25 IP /25 means 128 IP address. Done. Class VNet is ready to use and Cloud VNet is in progress. Click create. So our agenda to add one virtual machine in Class VNet and another virtual machine in Cloud VNet as per the diagram that we decided. So we need to create one virtual machine in Class VNet, another virtual machine we need to establish in Cloud VNet. So what you need to do, back to the portal, click virtual machine, add virtual machine with class VNet first. Click create, provide the information like subscription, resource group, computer name. So I'm going to proceed with name of web. I don't want to establish any kind of failover, just need to provide any server machine. So I'm just going to proceed with server 2016, provide username and password. So let's proceed with common user ID and password. 3389 is mandatory for us. We must need to configure 3389 because we wanted to connect our virtual machine from outside the network. Yes, I wanted to set up the VM in class VNet, right? Another virtual machine will create in cloud VNet. Review and proceed to create. Fine. Click create. Let's create another virtual machine in cloud VNet. Virtual machine. Click create. Virtual machine. Select virtual machine to create it. Select subscription. So I'm going to proceed with weekend class. This is our resource group. Provide the virtual machine name web2 infrastructure. Select the configuration means operating system server 2016. Provide the username and password web and password. No need to do anything. Next, 3389 is important for us. We must need to activate the 3389 port. But this time I wanted to change the VNet. The virtual machine, second virtual machine we wanted to set up in cloud VNet. 172.16.1.0. Next, next, review and create. Proceed to create. Both virtual machine is in progress are in progress. So once our virtual machine is ready to use, we'll proceed for the another step. The another step is to take the RDP and try to make a communication between each other. This is the agenda basically. Done. One virtual machine is ready to use. Let's take the RDP, connect, download RDP, user ID and password. As it is, it's our responsibility to take the RDP of second virtual machine, which is in progress. So we must need to wait for a few more minutes. Is in progress. We have to wait. Now I'm going to take the RDP of second virtual machine, the virtual machine which is available in VNet 2. Now we are able to access both virtual machines, Web 2 and Web 1 that we established in different VNet. So what you need to do, I'm just going to verify the IP address of virtual machine 1, ipconfig 192.172.16.1.4 means class B IP address. Another virtual machine, let me verify the IP address, cmd and ipconfig. Second virtual machine contains the IP address of 192.168.1.4, right? So we established two different virtual machines. Both virtual machines contain different class-based IP address. So it means that if we try to make a communication between each other, if you try to ping each other, we are unable to get a communication. Let me verify the communication. Ping space the IP address of second computer 172.16.1.4 minus the that give you the continuous pinging. As it is request timeout, we are able to get a request timeout RTO. Second option, let me try to communicate to each other. Now we are on page of 172. So please try to ping 192.168.1.4 minus T and wait. I don't think we are able to communicate. Both machines can give us option of RTO, request time out, but it's our responsibility. We need to know about how we can get a communication. So for this particular task, you must need to configure VNet peering, right? So if we have a two different computer, physical machine or virtual machine, so then what you need to do, you need to involve, in case of physical machine, need to add our router or relay agent. If you want to establish a communication between two different Azure virtual machine, so that time you should establish with the help of VNet peering. Then we are unable to make a communication, right? We are unable to get a communication. So let me check, turn off the firewall. Sometime what happen if your firewall is on, you are unable to make a communication. So let me turn off the firewall of both virtual machines. As it is in second computer, firewall.cpl, turn off the firewall. Still we are unable to communicate, right? Only the reason of we establish our machines, we establish our virtual machine in two different class-based network, and so we are unable to make a communication. So what you need to do, you should create the VNet pairing. If you want to make a communication between each other, it's mandatory for us. It's mandatory for us. We must need to create a VNet pairing. So to establish the VNet pairing, back to the Azure portal. And in Azure portal, we just need to open virtual network, and in virtual network, select any VNet. It's not mandatory, right? Select any virtual network, cloud or class, it's up to you. Select it. In the properties of VNet, in the properties of our virtual network, we are able to find one option, pairings. So we haven't set up any pairing activity yet. So just let me click here and click add pairing. Then type the name of your pairing. Like I'm going to proceed with name of testing. The pairing name is testing. Then you should allow the both communication. So I'm just going to allow the both. Second, pairing link test, and you must need to provide the secondary means destination pairing. So in case of destination, right now we are on properties of class VNet. So back and select cloud VNet, the second VNet that we start, and click add. Now it's updating. We should wait up to 1 or 2 minutes, and after that we'll get the communication between each other. Communication between VNet 1 to VNet 2 based virtual machine. Now testing is updating. We should wait. Now it's connected. So what you need to do, we are able to get a communication between each other. See, it means that VNet pairing is ready to use. Everyone, please confirm if you're able to understand about the concept of VNet pairing. About the pricing related to the VNet, you have to pay the amount as per the number of IP addresses. Like in case of we are using two different types of IP address, let me show you. Every machine, every virtual machines contain two different IP address. One private IP address and another public IP address. Let me show you. This is our VM. Open the VM properties and we are able to get the information about public IP address 20.118.167.164. This is the public IP address. And that one is 192.168.1.4 private IP address that we assign through the VNet. So yes, we have to pay the amount as per the number of IP addresses that you are using, right? How many IP address, how many virtual machines you created according to the VM, according to the number of IP address, you need to pay the amount. This is all about the VNet pairing. I hope everyone able to understand about the concept of VNet pairing can help us to make a communication between two different network based environment, two different network based uh, machines. By using the VNet pairing, we can do that. Everyone, please go through the points that we discussed in our VNet pairing. If you have any single question, if you have any doubt, please let me know because I'm going to move ourselves to next topic. The another important topic is correlated to the load balancers. So you should know about the types of load balancers that we have. We should know about the work of load balancers. Anyone, if you have any question, please let me know. Any doubt, any question, guys? Okay, great. So let me help you to understand about load balancers. So another important topic of our VNet, Azure administrator, we should know about Azure load balancers. Yes, different types of load balancer services are available. So let me help you to understand about the number of load balancers that we have. Meanwhile, let me remove all the VNet and the other services that I created because we need to set up a new infrastructure. So I'm going to remove all the resources. As per the name suggests, the meaning of load balancers that can help us to divide the workload from your instances. So over Azure portal, multiple load balancers are available. Like the load balancers are normal load balancer, and second application gateway. It's also a type of load balancer. Number third, you should know about Azure, sorry, Azure front door. And the last option that we have, which is related to the Azure Traffic Manager. So it's our responsibility. We should know about the procedure to implement these four different types of load balancer. So I'm going to help you to understand about the usage of these load balancer service. Let me start from very basic. First one is normal load balancer. Then we have application gateway. Then Azure front door. And the last is Azure Traffic Manager. right? So total four different types of load balancers are available, and it's our responsibility. We should know about the work. We should know about the technical terms of these load balancer types. It's our responsibility. We know about the normal load balancer, what exactly happened with normal load balancer, the usage of application gateway, about the Azure front door, and about the traffic manager. As an administrator, we should know about which load balancer is applicable for you, which load balancer is applicable for any organization. Let's start with the normal load balancer. So actually the normal load balancer responsible to perform the task on TCP and UDP. It is applicable for both types of protocol, TCP and UDP. Second, it can help us to add VM in LB. We are able to add virtual machine in load balancer. It is applicable for FTP load balancer, applicable for web app server load balancer, applicable for application load balancer. Next, number second, application gateway. The application gateway provide use for HTTPS only. Means we are able to host only web server. It is applicable for only web server. Number second, the usage of our application gateway. The usage of our application gateway can give us option to configure WAF. It gives us option to configure our custom domain. And number four, it is responsible to manage our DDoS protection, means it provide you high security. These all are the feature of application gateway. Let's talk about Azure front door. So basically the work of Azure front door, as per the name suggests, the usage of Azure front door is basically it is applicable. The Azure front door can help us to create load balancer. The usage of Azure front door work just like as a CDN. The meaning of CDN is a content delivery network. The work of content delivery network, it will enhance the speed without using any server. For example, this is the globe. Azure established their data center in different geographical locations, established in US, Australia, Canada, India, Dubai, Japan, multiple locations. You know that they established their data center in different geographical locations. And you establish your e-commerce website. For example, you establish your e-commerce website in location of, you establish web server in location of India, and you wanted to use the same server that we established in India location. You wanted to provide the access of your website to our US based customers as well. You wanted to provide the access of your website to US employees or US customers as well. So in this case, it's really difficult because whenever US people or another country based people try to access your website, definitely it will give you the lots of latency. Latency in the sense speed, slow speed, and take lots of time to access your website, which is really difficult. So in this case, Azure front door come into the picture. So in this case, Azure front door come into the picture. So what happened with Azure front door? It will create the copy of your server. It will create the virtual copy of your server front door. It will create the cache memory of your server and put it into the US location. So in this case, what exactly happen? It will enhance the speed of data transaction, enhance the speed of accessing the website. This is the concept of basically you can say that Azure front door. Last option is Azure Traffic Manager. As per the name suggests, the Azure Traffic Manager can help us. For example, we establish two different web server. One web server we establish in US location, another web server we establish in location of Dubai maybe. And you wanted to make a communication, you wanted to create a load balancer between two different environment, right? You wanted to set up the load balancer for between two different web server that you establish in different geographical locations. So what you need to do in this case, Azure Front Door can help us. So everyone, this is all about the load balancer type. So please go through the points that we discuss in load balancer services, means Azure load balancer services. And if you have any single question or doubt, please let me know. Everyone, please confirm if you have any question about these two different points, these three different points, like in case of load balancer. If everything is okay, we can proceed for the next thing, next part.
I just asked a question. Are you saying these are four types of load balancers that we have?
You're talking about the practical?
No, no, no. I'm saying this. What you just explained. Are you saying these are the four types of load balancers that we have?
Yeah.
Okay. And both, each one of them may perform different functions, correct?
S- uh, yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
So as per the requirement, means you just need to know about the work of this load balancer, and according to the usage, yeah, you can say that as per the requirement, you can proceed and implement for any organization. Like normal load balancer can help you in case of TCP and UDP type of protocol. The meaning of TCP and UDP protocol is like you wanted to set up FTP server or storage server or any kind of web server or application server you wanted to establish, then the normal load balancer can help you. Second, if you want to set up only web server, if you wanted to set up only web server, then the usage of web server can help us to, the application gateway can help you to set up a application web server. The second one, second last, it's Azure front door. So Azure front door is basically, as per the name suggests, the responsibility of Azure front door can create the copy of our web server, create the cache memory of our web server, and establish in different geographical locations. And by using this particular option, and with the help of this particular option, we are able to enhance the website speed. The last option is Azure Traffic Manager. Now, as per the name suggests, the work of Azure Traffic Manager is basically correlated to if you wanted to set up if you wanted to set up our web server in two different geographical locations. One is in Central India, Central US, another is in Dubai location, and you wanted to establish you wanted to create a load balancer between two different web servers. Those web servers are available in different geographical locations. Then Azure Front Door, Azure Traffic Manager can help us. Azure Traffic Manager come into the picture. This is all about the types of load balancer. I'm going to show you the procedure how we can establish. Like I'm just going to show you one practical, like normal load balancer, and we both can use the same step. So I'm just going to give you the proper practical. So as we discussed before, if you want to create a load balancer, so what you need to do, you must need to create at least two virtual machines. Although we have already discussed in part of our VMSs, but let me show you one more time. Create your virtual machine. I wanted to set up two virtual machine in same location, West US 3, server 2016. Provide username and password, web, password as per your requirement. P389 and HTTP, both ports required. 3389 can help us to connect the RDP, and port number 80 can help us to access the virtual machines websites if you start. No need to do anything, review and create. Sorry, one more point just wanted to add. In case of load balancer, it's mandatory to create your virtual machine with availability set. Without availability set, we are unable to do that. In the basic information, it's mandatory to select availability set like this and create a new availability set, Azure LB set, right? This is the name. I don't want to make any changes to for domain and 5 update domain. Click OK. That's it. Next, review and create. Minimum two different instances required to manage the load balancer, any kind of load balancer. It's mandatory you should set up at least two virtual machines. Proceed. It is in progress. We have to wait. Once our one virtual machine is ready to use, we can proceed for the another VM. Done. One virtual machine is ready to use, so we just need to take the RDP and we'll create one more virtual machine. So one virtual machine ready to use. We're trying to access our VM. So let's try to create one more virtual machine. The virtual machine should be available in part of our availability set. It's mandatory to use. You should create the virtual machine in availability set. Azure Weekend class. This is our virtual machine 2, web 2 availability set. You should select the same Azure LB set that we created. Standard. No need to do anything. Select your operating system types. 2016. Again, provide the user ID and password. Basic user ID and password. Port number 3389 and HTTP. Simple. Next and create. Availability is set. Everything is okay. Let me try to proceed. Once our second virtual machine is also ready to use, we'll create a dummy website in both computer, then proceed for the load balancer services. Meanwhile, we successfully access the 1.0 instance. So let me click on add remove role and features. Next, next. And what should you need to do? We just need to create Internet Information Services. See, web server IaaS. Next, next, and install. As it is, second virtual machine just need to take the RDP of second VM web 2, connect, download RDP. We just need to install the IaaS service in second virtual machines as well. So open Server Manager Wizard dashboard and try to proceed and install. IaaS service on first virtual machine already installed successfully. Open My Computer, means this PC, and C drive, and type up www and open and edit something. Open with Notepad and type, this is web server 1. Now as it is in second server. Add role and features. Then IAS service install on second server as well. So what you need to do, just need to create one dummy website in second server. Intpub www root and IAS open with notepad. This is test web server 2. Done. We successfully created two different web servers. So what you need to do, you must need to configure and set up load balancers. So how we can do that? Back to the Azure portal, go to the networking, more services, then networking. Under the networking part, we are able to find load balancers. In the LB part, a number of load balancers are available. See, application gateway, front door, RCDN, load balancer, and traffic manager. So we wanted to set up Azure load balancer, means normal load balancer. Very basic step we need to use. Create normal load balancer. Select your resource group. Name Azure LB. Best US. Three different parts are available: standard, gateway, and basic. So I'm just going to proceed with the standard, and see, we are able to find public, right? You must need to use public load balancer because we wanted to access from outside the network, from different location with the help of public IP address. If you want to access your website from outside the network, you must need to proceed with public. Next, configure front door, add front end IP address, which is kind of public IP address. Type the name, test, create new public IP address, LP public IP. Click add. No need to do anything. Then backend pool. So backend pool can help us to add the instances that we created in backend. Click add backend pool. Select the name of backend pool, test pool network that we created. Then click add. Both virtual machines are available, so no need to do anything. Add virtual machine. Click save. The last option is and role and inbound role. So just need to click on inbound role, and you must need to allow port number 80, front end IP that we created, pool that we established, and port number 80, backend port number 80. No need to do anything. Create a probe. That's it. We just need to click OK and add. Review and create. No need to add outbound. Just need to review and create. Wait for 5 to 7 minutes. It is in progress. We must need to wait. Once our load balancer is ready to use, we will access the both websites that we established. Done. Load balancer is ready to use. And click on front end IP address. It will give you the IP address, and with the help of this particular public IP address, we will access the website. The IP address that we are getting 2125. Let me copy it, paste on any browser. Web server 1. We are able to access the website that we established on web server 1. Web server 2 from another website, another browser, web server 1 from another web browser. It means that our load balancer is working fine. This is web server 1 and this is web server 2. We are using the same IP address and we get the different types of website that we establish over a portal. This is all about the load balancer service. Guys, we left with few content, few topics because multiple people left the meeting in between without informing. I really don't know what exactly they want. So only few topics are remaining, like as a backup, alert, and something. So we'll complete tomorrow, and tomorrow is last session of our entire training. I'm not getting a proper response from you guys. So we almost completed. Even no one can join on Tuesday. No one can join, reply to join on Thursday.
Yeah, for me, I'm currently in traveling, so um, the timing difference is really not good. But I try to join the earlier time, which is lecture class. The weekday classes really will be like 2 a.m. where I am right now. So
Hmm.
um, I mean, subsequently, I'll go through all the practicals, and if I have any questions, I'll let you know. The other people who left, I'm sure they probably will watch the video. I'm not sure. I can't really answer for anyone. But, truly thank you for everything. I think it's a really silent class, but we paying attention and we taking notice of everything you're teaching. I just want you to know that. So you don't feel like we're not paying attention to what you're teaching us. We pretty really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, as a trainer, it's my responsibility. I need some response. You know that. As a trainer, I also need to know about
Right,
the training is going good. I need to make some changes or
right,
anything else that I need to add. So without your information, without informing by you guys, how I can understand? I need to change, make changes with my training quality like that. So anyway, no
right.
problem. I have already shared the bulk data that you can perform the practical. To have different lab, I already shared with you guys. So please start practical and implement by self. So what I'm going to do, the
Mm-hmm.
remaining topics will complete
Right.
tomorrow, and
Mm-hmm.
Thursday and Friday I'm again giving you 2 more days. Uh, you can just schedule and let me know. Tuesday
Okay.
and Thursday we'll discuss about the practical and project only, right? So we left
You're right.
with backup and alert and monitoring. So we'll connect tomorrow on 6:30 p.m. IST and I think 9 a.m. EST for you and discuss about the remaining content. Is that okay? I'll
Right.
share the recording in next half an hour. Fine?
Right. Right. And I also wanted to ask, um,
Please.
if I know it's probably a little bit earlier, but the interview preparation process, any material you have on the applications, resume templates, those type of stuff, if you can help us as well. And also any information that you can provide. But
Okay,
like I
okay,
said, as
okay.
it relates to me, I'll with the practical piece, I'll just make sure I complete everything and let you know
Sure,
if I
sure.
have questions.
Sure,
Yeah.
we'll share the some template for resume and some interview questions as well because I have already shared the documents, PDF, and recording. You guys have recording, so you are able to get and see the entire practical that we did in our training. I'll I'm just going to collect the data like as a
Mhm.
resume templates and interview questions, and we'll send before Tuesdays and those documents will definitely help you in case of cracking exam or cracking any kind of Azure interview or cloud interview. Done?
Okay. And this coming Tuesday, for me, if I'm not able to join, it's because of the timing. But I will do my best to see at least on Tuesday if I could join.
Fine, no problem. So you should inform
Yeah.
me before, like you are unable to join. So according to that, we'll schedule, right?
Right. Right.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll share the recording, and tomorrow is last day of our training, so we'll try to complete entire practice. We almost completed, so just wanted to show you the procedure how we can take the backup of our virtual machine, create a replication, monitor, alert. These all are the points that we need to discuss in tomorrow.
I have a quick question. So it seems like the weekday Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm not sure if it's not the most convenient time for people. If after we're done with this, and Manny, you can chime in on this. I'm not sure if we move into security piece, but on the practical, if we have a timing, we can move it on the weekends after after tomorrow,
Mhm.
and do maybe a couple of weeks on the practical piece. How would that work out for you?
Fine. So
This is
you
just a
guys just
general
decide.
suggestion.
Fine, fine. You guys just decide and let me know about like you guys are available on in weekend or weekdays. According to that, we can schedule. But please try to implement practical by self.
Okay, okay. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
everyone. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll
Before,
connect
before you
tomorrow.
leave,
Same time.
before you leave it, I have one more thing to say. You know
Yeah.
that the AZ-500 is a whole class together, right? I don't know how many people still interested to join the AZ-500. If you want to join, then you can proceed. But if you don't want to join and you want, I mean, because now I'm not getting a lot of feedback from people, like he's saying. But the
Right.
AZ5 is there. If you want to join and do it, that's fine. Those who don't want to join, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so it's up to you guys here what you guys want to do. You can put it in the chat if you want to join, then I'll just add it to the group. If not, then we can take you off the group. All right,
Excellent.
cool.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Mhm.
Okay, everyone. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Thank you.